How do I ping localhost using IPv6? I'm trying to understand IPv6 better. Firstly, I try ifconfig, and I get the following. So from the above I can assume IPv6 is enabled, correct me if I'm wrong here. Now if I use ping localhost, I get But when I use ping6 localhost, I get. How do I use ping6? Or more specifically, what changes needs to be done to make ping6 localhost work, if possible at all?
Short answer, RCF 4291. Changes to make working ping6 localhost. If you want to set localhost as alias for both ping and ping6 and it is not already so on your machine, it is enough to write in /etc/hosts file both the lines. For what it concerns the alias currently used on your system, you can check your hosts file /etc/hosts 1, or in a different place if on a different system 2. You may find IPv6 localhost, IPv6 loopback, IPv6 localhost, IPv6 loopback or localhost itself. Some words more. I understand your confusion indeed for what I read from the RFC 6761 about special use domain names 6.3.3, about the name localhost. Users may assume that IPv4 and IPv6 address queries for localhost names will always resolve to the respective IP loopback address. So it should be expected as default, but on the current updated and untouched Ubuntu 14.04.3 LTS/etc/hosts I found the following section with IPv6 localhost, IPv6 loopback. On a SUSE Enterprise 10 system I found localhost, IPv6 localhost, IPv6 loopback. On an old Debian GNU/Linux 8.2 system localhost, IPv6 localhost, IPv6 loopback. That means that, in my limited experience, you should look in your /etc/host file and modify it, or use what will you find doing, for example.
Try. The result would look like Ubuntu and NBSP 14.04.1 LTS, trusty tar. The same for ping6v.
Localhost is a hostname that resolves to the 127.0.0.1 address. Your /etc/hosts file should have a separate entry for column 1, likely localhost 6. So try these.